Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Meet the Angular Team. I'm Joe Eames, your host. And in this episode, we have Pawel Kozlowski. Pawel, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are we doing, Joe?
Oh, I'm doing really awesome. So excited to chat with you. We've known each other for a long time, so it was really fun for me to get back together with you after the pandemic, and excited to see you at ng-conf as well.
Absolutely. Like the COVID was just way too long, right? Like we all missing those conferences.
Yeah, next pandemic, let's schedule it to be a little shorter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into this. So we're gonna give everybody an opportunity to learn a little bit more about Pavel. So start with just the basics. How did you get into programming?
Oh, like it was so long ago that I don't even remember, but like I remember I was like probably 7 or something like this, and like got a computer from my parents. But it kind of came with two problems. One is that it had only like magnetic tapes or like compact cassette kind of type of reading.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to play a game or like, do something fancy on this computer, you had to like wait for 20 or maybe half an hour
Oh,
till
wow.
it loads, and you will offer it like error in the middle. So this wasn't fun. So this computer also came with a book, which was like at the time the only book in Polish, I think, like for this computer,
Uh-huh.
and it was about programming. So like I was kind of stuck with this book, and it turned out to be like basic. I think it was basic as the language, as the programming book, and that's kind of how it started. It just had no choice, pretty much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you build anything amazing in BASIC?
No, I don't think there was anything except some basic computations, but like it was enough to get me hooked.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you're on the Angular team. Tell us what's your title, and then talk to us a little bit about what your average day is like.
Right. So like title, I don't even know what is my official title at Google, but I'm just basically pushing like editing code like the whole days. But like more seriously, I'm on the like framework subteam
Mhm.
of Angular. So just dealing with the core, and this is like very fuzzy. What it means is just like really means trying to think about the framework as the whole, like how we do change detection, what's the authoring experience, and all those bits and pieces that you touch as the APIs. I'm focusing mostly on the runtime side of it. So just basically this part that takes what compiler prepared for us, and like I'm taking this and making sure that the DOM is created and updated based on what was compiled out of templates.
Awesome.
Recently, I think I was like very much into the standalone components project. You might have heard about it, and G modules and
Hmm.
this sort of things.
Yeah. So are you excited for that?
Absolutely, just
Yeah.
cannot wait. Like
Good.
the ng modules were long on my list to kind of potential improvements.
Yeah.
So can't
Oh,
wait for this.
yeah. I'm excited to see this in action. I'm excited to play around with it as well myself. So really cool. Um, all right. So let's talk about what's your favorite part about being on the Angular team?
Oh, there are so many things, right? Like so, like just the most important part. That's like I really like the topic. I really like writing frameworks, and I cannot explain this, but like this, I find it fun, right? Like this is, I guess part of it is just like completely create a new word. Like you're coming up with the concept, you're just trying to fit them together. You get it to the hands of people, and it either works or not, and then you learn and so on. So like I was always very much attracted to those frameworky
Hmm.
type of things. Then obviously the team is fantastic. Like I just on so many levels, like smart and nice people and well-intentioned, and like absolutely couldn't think of a better team. But then like there's the whole community and the impact we've got on each other, right? Like because on one hand we are giving out those APIs and we see how it's like being used, but there's this whole feedback and conversations, and so this is this kind of mutual exchange, which is absolutely fantastic.
Hmm. Hmm. That's awesome. Uh, well, let's go into something maybe a little bit more serious. Let's talk about imposter syndrome. Pavel, how do you deal with imposter syndrome when it comes up?
So I can absolutely say that I'm failing miserably in like dealing with it. So if you've got any tips and tricks, just let me know, because being on this team and being at Google is this constant. stream of like people intimidating you. Like they are so smart and so knowledgeable, and seems like everyone is like faster than you and smarter than you. So absolutely, I've got no good answers or advices to give here. Like I would actually could use some of them.
Well, you know, we asked this question. I asked this question of everybody that we've interviewed with. So I think we need to like compile those all together and make a book or something, because there's been a lot of pretty interesting answers.
Yeah, like turning it into a training or something, right?
Yeah.
Like
that. Yep. Maybe we'll turn it into an ng-conf talk.
That would be great.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to something maybe a little bit more lighthearted. If you had to choose a new job, and it could be anything that you want, but outside of software, and you didn't have to worry about money, what would it be?
I think that's a scary prospect to start with. But if I would have to, I think this would be something around teaching or kind of popularizing knowledge around the brain science in general. I feel like there's so much that we know already, or like, you know, like research and science, like how this thing works, and it's not taught enough at school, or like this is our kind of most important tool. And at the same time, I feel like we just don't know enough, but even if we know, we don't make this knowledge kind of universally available to everyone and usable in practice. So that would be probably something I would look into.
That's cool. That's cool. Very cool. All right. Well, we're going to switch over to now our lightning round. So this is going to be really fun.
Myself.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, A or B options. You choose one. No explanation necessary. You ready to go?
Go.
All right. First one, pretty straightforward. Kirk or Picard?
Kirk.
Okay. BB-8 or Grogu?
Grogu.
Okay. Golf or mini golf?
Absolutely golf.
Yeah. All right. Mickey or Goofy?
Mickey.
Manga or mangoes?
Mangoes. Absolutely. No question.
Okay. Oh, I like this one. Game of Thrones or Squid Game?
Squid Game.
Okay. Veet or Webpack?
Veet.
Okay. Last one. Billie Eilish or Billy Joel?
Pass.
I like that. All right. Well, Pawel, thanks so much for taking your time out of your busy day and talking to us. And hopefully everybody that got to watch this really had a fun time getting to know Pawel just a little bit more, and really looking forward to seeing you in person at ng-conf this summer, and hopefully a lot of the viewers as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Take care, and we'll see everybody later.
Thanks.